y'all, and welcome back to another fan mini episode of Catch That, where we get to know people through their favorite R&B songs. I am Naturally Elise, and that's my bro.
Yeah.
And today we are welcoming a very good friend of mine, Daniel. Hello.
Hello. How y'all doing out there?
We're doing great.
That's good. I'm glad to hear.
So tell the folks a little bit or a lot about yourself.
Let's see. So I am a photographer, videographer. I have my own company called Embassy Interactive, which I work under and work through. I've done music videos since as R&B representatives. Let's see. I've done music videos for Kendrick the Family Soul, Jeff Bradshaw. Do some occasional work with Jill Scott. And a bunch of other things also. Photographer for Black Star Film Festival, photographer for Kendrick the Family Soul, and the list goes on.
You better run it.
Well, so I keep it along with the theme of the show.
Yes. So, what song did you pick for us to talk about today?
The song I picked for y'all today, Anderson Paak, Heart Don't Stand a Chance.
Yes.
That is the joint.
That is my shit. Can I curse?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
A word. Oh, fuck yeah. That is my shit. That shit is my shit.
Oh yeah, I love it already.
I'm gonna try not to curse anymore after that.
Yeah. And I just want to point out that this is the first song that somebody picked from the 2000s.
Yep.
Period. And then to be so recent, like, because everything has been 90s or before that everybody's picked. So
and that's cool, but yeah, like that song in particular got me out of like, those moments where you don't want to be somewhere and you need a song that just puts you in a happy place and it makes the time go faster. That song in particular.
Yes. So when do you remember first hearing this song?
When I shouldn't probably say this. When I first got the bootleg copy of Anderson Paak emailed to me, and but I went and bought it when it came out. But when I first heard it, I was like, "Yo, all right!" Like the whole album is dope. So like, the Bird. When I first heard that, I'm like, "Yo, all right, this is fire." Heart Don't Stand a Chance. When that came on, I couldn't get past it because like I kept repeating it. So yeah, I probably had it like about 3 weeks before it came out, and it burned a hole through it, like digitally burned a hole through it, like until like it came out and I ended up buying it.
Yeah. What are some of the things you love about that song that make it your favorite?
It's the whole energy, the whole bop of it, like the drums when he breaks it down, and he's doing that drumming himself. Like, have you ever seen Anderson Paak live?
On YouTube.
You gotta go to a show.
I heard.
I
haven't been.
Yeah, it's dope. I caught him at Broccoli Fest, the DC festival, and it was fire. Yeah, just like the whole vibe of the song, the song structure. Like right before it comes into the next verse with the bring it on down, like all that is just so different that it's just like they went in on this one. Like you can tell that's probably a song that maybe probably started out almost like as a jam session, and they were like, "Yo, let's really do this."
Yeah,
like that. That's how it feels to me.
Yeah,
like that too. When because you sound like me, because I got into Anderson after Animals off Compton.
Okay.
Grades Compton. That's when I got into him. So I guess I got into him a little late because people was into him already. And then when the album came out, because obviously the first single was Am I Wrong, right? That was the first single. So then when I was like, all right, this dude is dope. So I was like, let me get this album though. I ain't bootlegging Anderson.
But I bought it.
But then I heard The Bird. And I was like, all right. I was like, all right, yo, this is a good intro. Once I heard Heart Don't Stand a Chance, I said, okay, I'm in. I'm in. This joint is so like the musicality of it. everything. Like, I feel like this is a song like Stevie's I Wish, and we just did a show about it, because I feel like with I Wish, all the instruments are shining on the record. Every instrument is shining on this record. Like
guitar,
drums,
I love guitar.
Playing that keyboard. You know what I'm saying? You got
the bass, the bass with the
you got Daniel playing.
It just it just goes.
I was like, yo, everybody's shining on this joint. So I was like, yo, you pick this. I said, okay, we got a good one here.
And yeah, Jay, I just think you mentioned Stevie, because the thing I love about Stevie is a lot of songs with the tempo change. I love tempo changes in a song, especially when they're done so smoothly like that. And so that's a thing that I love about that record, is the so many different tempos, so many
I had to come up with something, because I already knew this one was going to do tempo change. I was like, what else is a great thing about this song?
Yeah, it's great. It's funny you said that, like, your first entry to Anderson Paak was on the Dr. Dre one.
Yeah.
Mine was the No Worries one, Suede.
Oh, I didn't hear that until.
Okay, you heard it though, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yo, Suede, Suede is, when I first heard that, I'm like, yo, who is this bull? Like who is he, and where can I get his music? And I didn't know about like the album before Malibu. Was it Venice? I think Venice.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because it's Venice, Malibu, Oxnard, and Ventura.
Ventura, yeah.
You're right. It is Venice. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't think I heard Venice like in its entirety.
Neither have I.
Oh, we gotta edit this
part
out. So
yeah, it's interesting. You picked this song. Actually, Hard on Stand Chance was my introduction to Anderson Paak. I had heard people talking about him, but I just hadn't like jumped into it. And then I just randomly came across that song, and I was like, ooh. And so then I had to go listen to everything. And then, I'm a big Anderson Paak fan. Like, I got, I
got a question. So I feel like, all right, so y'all know I'm bringing Drake into this, because I'm like, we know that Drake has like that more singing and rapping type of style, right? But I feel like, that was his lane. You know what I mean? His lane, and he had it when he came. When Anderson came, he has that same lane, but I feel like it's musical. And I feel like also, do y'all feel like, honestly, he can carry a little better tune than Drake, to me?
Yep. Anderson Paak is like
him being an artist, you know what I mean?
Yep. And Anderson Paak is he's his own genre. Like, I don't know how to describe him. Like, as far as like he's hip hop, he has a hip hop feel, but it's singing, but it's not quite R&B. It's like he's his own genre in a way.
Yeah.
And then his. Even though I don't feel he's the best singer in the world, his voice is interesting.
Right.
Yep.
And so it keeps it. It's like it's just something. It's the gravelly kind of, and I like fucks with it because it feels. I believe it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. That's why I like. It's weird to me that we all knew the type of artist that he was, but then when he got the Oxnard, people kind of shitted on it. Like, it was just like.
So what do you think the problem with Oxnard? Do you think Oxnard was a problem? Do you think there was a problem with Oxnard? And if so, what do you think it was? I have my theory.
I thought, to be honest, because I love Ventura, I think that album was amazing. Like, it was great from beginning to end. It felt a little forced to me. It felt very forced. Like, he wanted, like, he had so many, he wanted it to be hip hop so much. And I think he wanted to get respect from the hip hop community, because they was kind of shitting on him with Malibu. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this guy's singing, but he's spitting. And it's like, he wants you to spit. And I think he forced this, to be honest, because I think the only song that felt really, really genuine to me was The Sweet Chick with him and BJ the Chicago Kid.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like them two are dope. Like, that's the two that I would want to make an album. I'm sorry, Bruno, because I'm over it. But I'm just over it. I don't know when the album coming out. I don't care. It's been like 4 months. I'm over it. But I want BJ and him to get together. But that's the only one that kind of sounded genuine to me. I don't know. I mean,
JR has opinions.
That represent the R&B raps. Does Elise agree?
I do.
To me, it was just too overproduced. Like that, it was too polished. Like, and Dr. Dre did like most of the, if not he didn't do most of the production work, but like you could tell like his mixing influence was in there a little too much.
A lot of people did say that too. Yeah,
it was too overproduced for me. It had songs in there I like. Like, in all honesty, probably one of my top 7 Anderson Paak songs is on that album, the one with J. Cole.
Oh, Trippy. That's right.
I love that song. But I didn't know until like actually recently, the producer of that is the drummer for Robert Glasper's band, Chris Dave.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Chris Dave is a drummer who tours with Robert Glasper, and he does production under a group called the Drumheads, and he produced that.
Damn.
But when I first heard that song, I was like, all right, I'm like, this is like one of my favorites on here. That one, Head Low, because I'm trifling, and well, there's another one, but those are like the main two that I like off of that one.
That's what a lot of people were saying too. Like, you can tell Dr. Dre's influence was all up in
it was too much.
Yeah,
because like even the songs with the people who work with Dr. Dre didn't sound that polished, like, and that overproduced. Like what's the name of the joint High Tech did? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. I can't think of the name of the song.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Never Come Down.
Yeah.
Never Come Down. High Tech produced that, and High Tech produces under Dr. Dre with Aftermath, but it doesn't have that overproduced Dr. Dre. I'm gonna put my signature touch on this, and it worked. I can't think if High Tech produced anything on Oxnard, but it's such a difference to me.
And you could tell once he did Ventura, you could tell the difference. The difference was
exactly.
Like Anderson was like, "This is me. I ain't letting nobody else get involved with this. It's me." And I'm having one person spit, and that's Andre.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah. And a lot of people do succumb under that pressure. It's like, oh, people saying I need to be more R&B, or people saying I need to be more hip hop, and it's just like everybody ain't gonna be on board ever. So just do what feels right.
Yep, what feels good, and you can tell that album is all him.
I love it. Oh God, it's so R&B based. That's what I like.
Man's got Layla Hathaway, Brandy, and Smokey Robinson on the same album.
Yes. No, I'm saying then with Jasmine, then you got Nate Dogg, and
they got Smokey Robinson on a track produced by The Alchemist. like who does this? Like, but a madman.
And then Smokey actually riding the hell out of that beat. That's all I was like. Okay.
That's my song.
Don't you do it.
That's my song right there.
Don't you do it, Elise.
Drinking that wine. Okay. I'm sorry.
Gang banging. Gang banging. That's the song of last year, the song of the summer of 2020. Gang banging. Smoking that doom.
Drinking that wine.
Doing that time. Gang banging. Yo, you don't know. See, this is JR's first time interacting with me. I love that song.
Oh my God. Yo, at least anytime anybody brings up Smokey. He just did something, was it last night? No, 2 nights ago. and we brought up Smokey and she sung it. I was like, oh God.
Oh yeah, that's me and Daniel joint. That's our song.
Yeah. If that gets added to karaoke bars, watch out.
Oh Lord.
I'm killing it. It is a rap.
Rap.
Oh God.
So yes, how has this song affected your life or affected like how you listen to music?
So I won't say it affected how I listen to music, but I will say how it affected my life. So when I was talking about how it's the happy song that like if I'm going through something, I put it on. So, you know, before I was doing the photography and video, I was managing a cleaning company, right? And one of the last sets of floors, there was this company. I'm gonna shout them out, Ernest & Young. Shout out Ernest & Young. I used to check their conference rooms. They had 3 floors of conference rooms that I would have to check every night, and that'll be like the last thing that I did. Probably about 25 conference rooms between the 3 floors. What I would do, and it'd be people there working late, and I'm sure they got cameras everywhere, and I did not care. When I knew I had to do that run, I would put on Heart Don't Stand a Chance on repeat, play it through my iPhone speaker, and be literally like walking through the floors, dancing, going around from conference room to conference room, looking under the tables, checking the trash, like the whole, all the way through until I was done. I'm like, I know I'm on all types of camera footage. I know the employees up here looking like, probably seeing me like do this. I didn't care. Like I was in the zone, and it made that. I was probably walking through like maybe like mad square footage because it was a big ass building. I probably like covered like 150,000 square feet in like 9 minutes, walking through, dancing, looking for trash, calling workers back the stuff they missed, checking juice stains on tables and shit like that. Just as the one song every single night, 5 days a week. For about a year and a half. It was my absolute routine. And I ain't care. And I know there's camera footage and I want it. And I will put it on TikTok. The Heart Don't Stand a Chance challenge. You be at work checking trash and shit. Heart don't stand a chance.
Talking with the blood in your hand. Won't you pass
it? That was literally me for definitely about a year and a half.
Oh, that is the best story ever.
So that song, that last stretch where I'm like, all right, I'm about to go home. And I didn't start until after the drum roll. Ooh, champagne, pouring on there. Yep, that was it.
Oh, I love that.
Checking everything, making sure there's no fingerprints on the doors, checking the tables, pulling out chairs, make sure you vacuum under everything.
Yeah, for kids, they shouldn't sing that cleanup song. They should play
Heart Don't Stand a Chance challenge. It'd be a long ass challenge, but
it's cool.
It was my shit.
Yes. Well, thank you for sharing. You want to tell them? No, that was dope.
That was so dope.
What is it when he get people committed to the psychiatric ward? What is the code? I can't think of it. But I feel like that's going to happen after this video goes out.
7:30.
My birthday. Hey.
Connect those dots.
Niggas is crazy, sinner. Niggas born to be crazy. Anyways. What'd you say? You ain't know what Daniel you were getting today? The check cleared, Daniel. This nigga rambunctious.
Yeah, it is so funny. Me and Dan have so many inside jokes. But I remember when we hung out, like I don't remember laughing that hard like previous to that.
Oh my
like
cathartic racism. I shouldn't mention that here. Cathartic racism.
It's my show. You do what you want. I mean, it's JR's show too, but whatever. But yes, tell the folks how they can find you if you'd like to be found.
Sure, I would like to be found. You can find me on all social media at Embassy, EMBASSY 730. That is my website. Just add .com. Just add an @ on Instagram and Twitter, and you can just put it in on YouTube. I'm on there. And then whenever I make my debut on TikTok with the Heart Don't Stand a Chance challenge, cleaning up my place because it's a mess. Because I look around like, goddamn. I need to put that on now like it's old Aretha or Anita Baker. Inspect my own self.
Throw some compositions or something.
Stop, y'all, please.
Take it back to the cleaner days. I would fire me if I saw this. Fire my own ass. Oh. Put that song on and inspect yourself.
No, we sincerely thank you for hanging out with us. This is so
no problem.
fucking fun.
Thank you for having me.
Fine, yo.
Yes.
My man.
Yes. Thank you everybody for watching, and we will see y'all on the next episode of Catch That.
Hey. Peace.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to another fan mini episode of Catch That, where we get to know people through their favorite R&B songs. I am naturally Elise, and that's my bro,
JR.
And today we are welcoming a good buddy of ours, Eddie. Hey.
Hey, what's up? I'm Eddie. You might catch me on the Apartment 5B podcast hosted by Kill and my good sister Portia. I also have my own website, Freestyles, where I promote and celebrate and review independent hip hop artists. I actually started doing some videos also with my son. That's on Instagram. I think that's my live Instagram. We'll see if eventually that goes public, but so definitely love music. I love these guys. They've come on Apartment 5B to chop it up, and we've been chopping it up on Twitter and Instagram and all that. So definitely good people. So when I got the invite, I'm definitely honored.
Yeah.
Yes. So tell the folks what song you picked today to talk to us about.
All right. So leading up to this, you ever had a song stuck in your head, right? So, whenever I get asked these questions, I tend to overthink it. So, the funny thing is I had this song stuck in my head and I couldn't think of nothing else. So I'm like, all right, let's just go with it. So that's Mary Jane Girls, All Night Long.
Well, at least it was a good song. I mean, it could have been a bad song.
That is true.
So when do you remember first hearing the song?
I remember hearing the song when I was a kid, for sure. Just being played around the house, family gatherings and all that. Man, I always loved the that bass line. And apparently other people love it too, because the way it's been sampled and all that,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure we'll get into that. But the way the way it leads off and all that, the vocals and Rick James produced that, just dope. I mean, just really dope.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the bass line. Are there any other like pieces of the song that kind of stand out to you? at all?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's that part that you know, if you listen to LL Cool J, if you're a hip hop head, you know, from Round the Way Girl, I can't even tell you what she's saying. You know, I keep messing that up, but you know, sip my all your loving. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
You got me shook up, shook down,
shook up, shook down. Yeah.
Don't ask me because I am not gonna mess it up. Y'all ain't getting me because y'all know how.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I know exactly what is being said, and I've probably heard that song.
No, I think you got it. I
10,000
think you
times
got it.
in my life.
Yeah. But definitely, and like I said with the bass line, from another one of my favorite R&B songs, you know, "Tell Me" by Groove Theory. You know, so you know, it took me a while to put two and two together though. Like even though it was kind of like same bass line, same kind of groove and everything, you know, so I knew there was a reason why I loved that song so much. Obviously, Amel was singing her butt off on that, but you know, when I finally put it together, it was like, all right, there we go.
And then, well, since you brought up samples, we can actually get into it.
Yes.
It's actually the sample of another hip hop song that's one of my favorites, which is "Tonight's the Night" by Redman.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt. I mean, so many, and that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, you know, everyone must have loved it as much as I did when I heard it, because, you know, that's iconic, you know, everyone using it, hip hop artists. I mean, obviously, Mary J kind of did. I don't know if I would call it a cover or like a rework, because obviously, you know, it's different lyrics. You know, she used a hook, but then it got kind of different elements mixed in there. But her version is dope too. You know, no, don't get me wrong. It's definitely dope. I love that as well. But you know, I think, you know, with all the branches from that tree, it just makes me love the song even more.
You know,
JR, I have a question because you might know the answer to it.
Yes.
Is it considered a cover, or is it considered interpolation with the Mary? Because some of the lyrics are the same too.
Yeah, I think it's more of an interpolation for real, because she's using kind of like the melody for it. You know what I mean? So I don't even know she calls the song All Night Long. Like, that's the song. So it's like, it's hard to say if it's the cover or the interpolation, but I think it's more the interpolation, because clearly it's not the complete sample because she's using different words. So it's like, but she's using that melody and that damn hook. So it's like half and half, I guess, you know, Mary is the sample queen, I must say.
Yeah, and even though you got the melody and the hook, like you get a bit of a different vibe to it. Like it's more mellow, definitely more mellow to it. Yeah.
You know, bro, what reminds me of this song, actually, when I first introduced to it, is like when I heard it on the Kid Capri and Ron G tapes. You know how, you know, us being from New York, as y'all can see, he's a Knick head. We are. Yes, we are. And fix your face. So
I don't care nothing about no sports ball. I don't care. Okay.
So I used to hear it on there, and it seemed like, you know how Kid Capri, he can let a song last really long. Like, he will stretch it. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Because he is when she start, I got a surprise for you. It's like, all right, kids, all right, son, it's time for the song to play. You know what I mean? And then he will go into, always when I heard this song, I would always hear this, and he would go into Dennis Edwards' Don't Look Any Further. It seemed like that was always those two songs together. So I never really, like, I don't think my mom and grandparents played it around the house a lot. It's just, I always heard it. And then, of course, when LL did the bass line for, you know, Around the Way Girl, it was like, you know, because my dad's a big LL head. So it's like, oh, okay, I know that. And then, of course, when Mary did it, it was like, oh, okay. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now the song is great just because she did it. Yeah, I said it.
And Eddie, I actually discovered this today, that LL, when I was researching before we talked to you, that LL actually used this sample again for his song Paradise that he had with A. Marie.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point. That was.
I was like, so you really do like that song, don't you, El?
It's like a well, man. It's like, you know, them one of them songs that, you know, you just constantly dip into it. And I guess it depends just how you flip it, man. If you could flip it really dope.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna stop because you know, I thought bro was gonna say what his favorite part was, but he said the bass line. Y'all all know what my favorite part of this song is. And it starts at like 4 minutes when it gets the solo of his own. And that is the horn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The horn, y'all, that I think I've said it every show, haven't I, sis? That
yes,
the horn is my favorite part of a song. Yeah.
No, I love that too. Yo, I love that too. You know, definitely how, you know, it's the same kind of like the bass line being there with the horn, and you know, it just kind of gives you a different feel, and is dope, man. Just the whole thing. And the funny thing is about the album is, you know, I revisited the album and it was really nothing else that was grabbing me that much like that. You know what I mean? And really, like the first half of the album, I wouldn't even consider it like R&B per se.
I give you that. It's very, but you got to know Rick James, he was so all over the place. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are you going to expect? You're going to get a rock to it. You're going to get different type of elements. Because ain't Candyman on that album?
I was going to say, I was just about to say, that's really the only other song I really go to on this album most of the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes I go to on the inside, but yeah, that's like the main songs I go to.
Yeah. I mean, but I must say on this album, I say Rick James let Dan, what is his name? Daniel Lemel, the one that played the horn on it. Like, that was his guy for real, because he played all over this, right? And then, you know, with us loving liner notes, I think we all here love the liner notes for real. So when you go back and you see a lot of the stuff that he played also, he played on Tina Marie's Deja Vu, I've Been Here Before. He played on Square Biz. He played on Portuguese Love. He played on the DeBarge, I Like It. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this dude was like that dope. And you know what I'm saying? Rick James was really you know, him and Prince was kind of like rivals for real, because they were such artists, you know what I mean? And they not gonna get no corny people, you know what I'm saying? And this dude, like, he played the hell. If I want a great horn solo, I'm going to All Night Long. I'm letting you now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm letting you now. What? Whew.
No doubt. And I think what it is also for me about that album is, you know, I could hear how it came out in 83, I think that album did.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe for the times, you know, people were rocking with it, but it just didn't age well, except for that song became timeless.
Yeah.
And when you have a timeless song and you expect the rest of the album to kind of follow suit, and it really didn't. It kind of didn't age that well.
No.
No, it didn't.
No, not at all. Because I think, like y'all said, it's only Candyman and All Night Long was the singles off of it, right?
Yeah.
And then that's it. So, yeah, some albums just don't age well. And that one right there, no, ma'am. No.
Well, I'm trying to think. But yeah, how I first heard the song is my mom had the record. And so I was just intrigued by the cover because it was like this group of multicultural girls and they all had, you know, the 80s style, but it was like a little bit of a sex appeal to it. So I was just kind of intrigued by just the look of it. And so then I would play it and I would play that song over and over and over. So like that always been my song. Like
yeah. And the other thing I just love the lead vocals, like the something's got me so excited, baby. Like
it's the way melody. I know that's right, Eddie.
Oh, I try, man. I try.
And that's the member of the group, JoJo, I think, that's singing lead on that song.
It is.
And her leads, it's a certain confidence to her. So like you said, when she comes, something's got me so excited. You know, it's like, I believe her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And her tone is so great on that as well. You know,
Yeah.
I really love that. Yeah.
Absolutely. So how has this song either affected your life in any way or just kind of how you listen to music?
Oh man. I'm not sure if it necessarily affected my life in a way, but yeah, I mean, I think probably affected, me checking for elements of songs, like the whole sampling thing. And I think it's probably one of the songs that I started to notice, you know, that certain things were being used, like the groove theory part. Obviously, you know, that took me a little bit, even though I should have gotten it right away. But obviously, you know, the vocal sample with the LL Cool J joint and all that stuff. So yeah. I think that was one of the earlier points, because, you know, there was a lot that I missed, you know, that maybe older heads, you know, that kind of experienced it would catch,
right,
you know, those samples. But that's one of the ones that I got, you know.
Yeah, that definitely the ones for me that made me really go back and look. That's when it was kind of like I put that in when I started really getting comfortable with going to liner notes and hearing samples and all that. Because like I said, my mom's good with it. Like, she can hear it, be like, oh, that's a sample of this, and that's a sample of this. And, you know, when my dad loving LL and she, you know, and he used it for Around the Way Girl, she was like, oh, that's the Mary Jane Girls. And I'm like, who? You know, I'm like, who? And she like, Mary Jane Girls all night long. So I get that. That started me with liner notes, because I always say this song, this and Tony's Sons of Soul was the albums that I would go to when I started being like, oh, this person played this, and this person played this, and this person played this. And I love that, because if you just look on like Spotify and all that now, they just tell you Rick James is the producer, Rick James is the writer, and that's it. You get no more, you get no less. So it's like, you gotta research this. So like, Sis got the album there, I know all the liner notes in there. So it's like, now you literally gotta research this thing. So this song, that's why it actually takes
that's a dope point. That's definitely a dope point. And I mean, that's a real sign of a music head. You're like, all right, forget who produced it, you know, who was playing that part, who was doing this, you know, because it's really, you know, goes back to a whole nother era of, you know, you had musicians that would come in, whether they were session musicians just for that song, or, you know, maybe worked with certain groups or certain producers long term. So I never really noticed that back then either, you know, that there were certain musicians doing it.
Yeah, because people would think, like, if you just saw just produced by, you'll be like, oh, Rick James played on it. It's like, no. Like, I started thinking about that when it was times when going back to the Motown days, and you got Marvin, What's Going On, you thinking, yeah, he produced it, but I know that ain't him playing that bass. I'm like, oh.
Right. Like, goes back to the whole Clyde Stubblefield thing. Like, you know, he's the most sampled drummer, but, you know, it's James Brown who's getting the credit, because it was his production, his song. And, you know, so Clyde wasn't seeing a dime of that.
That's so sad. God bless James, but he wrong for that. Even though they didn't even like funky drummer like that, which is crazy, but that's another story.
Yeah. And then, and now that I think about it, with this song, when it came out, I do actually remember it being played on the radio. I'm old enough to where I actually remember it being played on current radio. So yeah.
God, you that old? Oh God.
I look good though, so. But
catch that.
Oh yeah. So we appreciate you coming and sharing with us.
Yes.
Yeah. Once again, I appreciate the invite. You know, always dope to chop it up with you guys. You know.
Oh, listen, you got to come back and pick another song. You have to. We getting people. Y'all just can't come one time now. No, that ain't happening. I'm gonna get killed. He think he's slick. Kill thinking he just got this one and it's done. Okay.
They are always plotting.
No, I'm definitely coming back, and I'm definitely watching all the episodes, because my crew is gonna be on there. I know it, and so I got to see what they talking about as well.
I can't wait till you see the song Portia picked. You're gonna be shocked.
Okay.
It's gonna be like, y'all are definitely brother and sister in apartment 5B. That's how I'm gonna put it that way.
All right.
Yes. So tell the folks again how they can find you, since you do want to be found. And
yeah, no doubt. I'm on Twitter at EddieD80. I'm on Instagram at Freed Styles. So Freed Styles with a D, at the end of that, or before the Styles is Freed Styles. Once again, on the Apartment 5B podcast, hosted by Kill. My website is freedstyles.com. So, I got a lot posted, definitely praising and uplifting independent hip hop artists. I got a pretty recent article, a review on Del P, We Owe the World, who's a Philly MC. He got Tracy Lee featured on his new album, which is a really dope joint. He got Wise Intelligent from Poor Righteous Teacher. So, there's a lot of these artists that just get slept on. And so, I'm trying to uplift, and, hopefully if just one person hears them, then I've done my job.
I know that's right.
Yes. Yes. Well, we thank you, and we thank everybody watching, and we will see y'all on the next episode of Catch That.
Peace.
Peace.